We are here with 104.3 The Fan, Cecil Lammey, who's been down in Mobile this week for this Senior Bowl. Cecil, thanks so much for taking the time to chat today. Just to start, your practices are over. Looking back on the week, who were some of the top prospects that really stood out in your eyes?
Yeah, really stood out to me was Mac Jones, quarterback at Alabama. It wasn't a great quarterback class down here. It wasn't like Justin Herbert, who was here last year. Jordan Love, also the first round pick for the Packers, was here last year. And in 15 years of going to the Senior Bowl, I've seen some great quarterbacks. I've seen some not so great quarterbacks. Mac Jones looks like a first round quarterback to me. Now, I have him graded currently as an end of the first round pick, but with his play, just like we saw with Carson Wentz when he was here at this game, just like we saw with Baker Mayfield when he was here at this end of this game, you can move your stock up. And I think that's what Mac Jones has done this season. I'll say Frank Darby, wide receiver from Arizona State, probably one of the most fun players to watch because he's always open. He's always got his hand up. He's always looking for the ball, kind of like wide receivers usually do. But he's been a standout player here as well. And I always have to throw some love to Jonathon Cooper from Ohio State, big, strong defensive lineman that's got plenty of juice to his game, quickness off the line of scrimmage, ferocity when he gets to the quarterback. Can't sack the quarterback here, but certainly shows that he's going to be one of those guys that gets after the passer in the pro level.
Now, I know it's still relatively early in the process, but based on what you think the Broncos' areas of needs are, who did you see this week that you think could be, a good fit here in Denver?
Yeah, good fit here in Denver. And when you look at what the Broncos need, and my focus is completely on that defensive side of the ball. I mentioned Cooper, defensive lineman from Ohio State. I'll mention also Wyatt Hubert, pass rusher from Kansas State. I can't wait to ask Dalton Reisner about his former teammate with the Wildcats, because Hubert was here showing, again, ferocity, quickness, spin moves, just intensity when it comes to getting after the passer. And when you talk Broncos football, you look at the defense, you look at corners. This wasn't the place to look for high round corners. These are more mid-round corners, in my opinion. But it's a place to look for pass rushers. And when you can have great corners and great pass rushers, that helps you have a great defense. So those are some of the players I was locked onto for the Broncos this week.
Now, with the cancellation of the combine and limited in-person contact with prospects, what was the tone like down there this week? Did it feel maybe more serious than other years?
Yeah, and I'm glad it did, because I often ask the question, why are you here? And you see that throughout the years. I've been going to this since 2007. Every single year, haven't missed a Senior Bowl. And when the game was smaller, there was that more serious for the football nerds, right? The guys are just like so into football. We're going to watch it year round. We're going to make the draft into this big thing, when it really wasn't. Now the draft is such a prime time event and has been for years. The Senior Bowl contributes to that. But when this game got larger from a media standpoint, you had a bunch of media here that were here either looking to network, which is fine, I understand that, or they were looking to just, kind of hang around, pick up the rumors, whatever. They weren't really here for the football part of it. It seems like this year there was a more serious approach from the media. The scouts and the GMs were separate from us. Usually we can intermingle. Even in the nightlife, we can't really intermingle because the NFL is not allowing their guys to go out, basically. So you have scouts, GMs on one side, media on the other side, and it's such a smaller group due to the pandemic, and there's fewer people in attendance, that you get a more serious tone. I had one NFC scout buddy of mine text me and say, this is serious on this side too. So they know it's their only opportunity to see these players in person. And that's why it's such a business-like attitude, kind of back to basics. And again, reminds me of this game when this game was much smaller. And I don't mind that. I love the serious nature of this. Obviously, big draft guy myself. So I love the fact that more people are taking this seriously and not here to just run around and be all about that nightlife in Mobile.
Well, Cecil, really appreciate your time and safe travels back here to Denver.
Will do. Thank you, Sydney.